Okay, another question that comes up quite a bit is this whole idea of, how as a customer I consume my SD-WAN, and why would I choose to consume my SD-WAN through a telco?
It's a great question, and we get it a lot. And when we look at a traditional network and the way that a lot of people have been consuming their edges and their circuits, a lot of companies out there, specifically telcos, have lumped that together. There's been a lot of customers out there who just sort of want this one throat to choke, and so getting the edge out there and getting the circuit, you don't have any finger pointing about who was right and who was wrong when things went down. They sort of own the whole thing, and that makes a lot of sense to customers. And at VeloCloud, we get this a lot as well, because in the early stages of VeloCloud, there was a lot of service providers who went looking to try to, have an SD-WAN service, and they looked at all the SD-WAN players, and VeloCloud was multi-tenant, VeloCloud could scale, and we had gateways, and so it was a lot of telcos chose VeloCloud. So we get the question a lot, does it make sense? And I think for a lot of customers, it does make sense to have it all consumed from the same company.
Yeah. And maybe contrasting that a little bit is sometimes customers come in with a different perspective on this, and maybe I'll kind of draw a different colors set here to contrast it, which is, I wanted to couple that circuit from that edge device where, maybe, I'm not looking to have, different edge devices based upon my internet and MPLS circuits, but, I want, a single edge device, and maybe I'll kind of do a different color here to kind of contrast it, where I've got independence of what I'm actually running here as my endpoint versus the kind of circuits that I have. Why would I want to go do that? Well, the customer conversations that we have is really about the flexibility here that I have on my circuits at that point in time. I'm no longer required to maintain those circuits simply because of the edge device here. And why is that the case? Well, maybe I do want to change providers at some point, or maybe I actually want to go out and as part of my, my broader telecom strategy, add another carrier and have the flexibility of tapping into what sort of they can offer as a circuit into the edge devices that I already have in my install base without having to go out and produce, procure additional devices. So really, it's back to this kind of whole idea of customer choice and what their preferences are here. Benefits to both. We can see why customers head both paths. But I think at the end of the day, we give them some choice in terms of options here, in terms of flexibility, and that's why they tend to come to us.
And if you look at this, and in the wake of 5G becoming a more commoditized, or 5G becoming more available across the globe, it becomes another internet circuit, business grade capable, and that will continue to commoditize transport. And I hear the same thing with a lot of customers, if I can disambiguate the circuits from the edge, that allows me to have greater capacity and flexibility to disambiguate that. So that makes a lot of sense for a lot of customers. I also have a lot of customers who are dispersed around the globe, and they have really, really complex networks, and they want to maintain a lot of this, continuity. So depending on which way you want to go, they both make sense.
Yeah. So I think short answer here, there's no right answer here. There's lots of reasons why customers would choose these different paths. Hope you found that feedback useful.